Hi guys, I'm Gabe Mason. This is going to be me taking my friend Jacob here through our dynamic warm-up. This requires almost no space around you. Each athlete can do this individually, and it should cover all the essential movement patterns and joints that we want to activate prior to our warm-up. So to begin, we just start off stationary 20 jumping jacks. Go ahead, Jacob, whatever you want. When we're watching our athletes do jumping jacks, it's really just making sure that they're going through a full range of motion and they're not cheating any of the reps with little tiny arm movements, only moving this. We want full shoulder activation. From there, we move into that shoulder realm. We do 10 arm circles backwards, 10 arm circles forwards, and then 10 hugging our chest, alternating right and left arm over top. Same thing, as we watch our athlete do this, we want to make sure that the head and neck position stays the same. We don't want any movement throughout. This can indicate some contraindications to some movements that we want, so just be conscious of watching it. From the arm circles, we're going to have them drop down to the ground, lying on their back, and we're going to do our hamstring floss movement, 5 on each leg. This requires simply our athletes, so lying on the back. I would scoot back a little bit just so they can see you in the video, sorry. Lying on the back, right? Grabbing the back, you're good. Grabbing the back of their hamstring with their leg, keeping it in our above 90 position, and then extending their leg to a point where they feel the stretch, holding that for about a second, and coming back. 5 on each leg. Things to watch here, dorsiflexion versus plantar flexion at the ankle, as well as head and neck position in our trunk flex. So making sure that we're relaxed up top, but our toe is still pointed up. So that's 5 on each leg here. From here, we move into our push-up position, into our world's greatest stretch. So real quick, Jacob, I don't think has ever done a world's greatest stretch, so I'm going to demonstrate right off the bat. We're on all fours here. Right arm meets right leg, or right leg comes to meet right arm. Our elbow comes down as far as possible, trying to make sure our back leg is as straight as possible. We take that elbow, we rotate our thoracic spine up, reach for the sky. Our right arm comes down outside of our right foot. We move back, extending our leg and moving into our hamstring stretch. As we come down, our right arm moves back inside, brace, and come back down. Same thing on the left leg comes up, elbow goes to the ground while our back leg stays straight, reaching, rotating the thoracic spine, arm comes down outside of the leg, right into our hamstring, calf stretch, back down, arm comes down inside, and rotate. We're going to do 3 on each leg. Same thing as we watch here. You can notice, right, ideally we keep this back leg as straight as possible, which is nice, good for him. Coming down inside and alternating our legs. Nice. Coming up, back leg stays straight, elbow down, reaching towards the sky. Nice, coming down outside with the hamstring, very nice. And that's nice. From there, we stay in that push-up position, we move to our shoulder taps, right? Activate a little bit more of the upper body and core stability that we want to keep during our sessions. So for Jacob here, we'll have him get in our push-up position, spread his feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart, right? Brace the core, making sure we have no anterior pelvic tilt. We tuck our butt underneath. His right arm is going to move to his left shoulder, and his left arm will move to his right shoulder. As you can see here, ideally we don't get any of this weight shift that's going on. So in order to stop that, he can spread his feet further, or we can just cue bracing the core. We're going to go 5 on each side there. Very nice. From there, we go to our pigeon stretch, which is on all fours. We have him bring, or in that same position rather, we have him here, bring his knee up to the front. We kind of create almost like our figure 4 position here. Feel the stretch in our glutes. activating our core as we come up, and the same thing, just alternating legs, holding the stretch for anywhere between 2 and 3 seconds on each leg. Nice, coming back up, making sure that every time we come up, we're in that braced, nice, no rounded position, very nice push-up position. Ideally, back here, we can cue this leg to straighten out a little bit, being aware that inflexibility is very common, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. So knowing that every athlete's different and every athlete is going to have a different movement for this, right? From here, right, this is our last on the ground variation. We stand up, we have our athlete do 10 squats. I'll have Jacob here turn to the side so you guys can see that. We go 10 body weight squats, 10 RDLs, and finish with 20 jumping jacks. So Jacob, whenever you're ready. We watch, and as you can see here, right, for athletes that do end up having this type of butt wink occurrence with the body weight squats, we can have them try to counterbalance by moving the arms out as they come up. So that kind of fixes it. Also just cueing head up, chest up as we go through, and to take your time, right? You don't necessarily need to do everything as fast as possible. We can roll through elevating the heels and things like that, but for our dynamic warm-up, this is okay. 10 RDLs, right? So slight bend in the knee, pushing the butt all the way back until we feel a stretch in our hamstrings, coming up, flexing the butt. Very nice, there you go. And 10 of these. Nice. Making sure that our head and neck position is correct, making sure that through this we don't see any rounding or tilting at the hip as well, and making sure that they feel a stretch and hold that stretch for at least a second at the bottom. So there, push your butt back, stop, and go. Good. Same thing. You can stop at a position where you feel the stretch, and then go. Nice. And lastly, we finish with 20 jumping jacks again. Same kind of cues, making sure our athletes are just going through full range motion. 20 jumping jacks. Very nice, guys. That's a quick, less than 5 minute, kind of stationary, not requiring a lot of movement, dynamic warm-up. Thank you so much.